สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. So when I started working in Thai restaurants in the US, I noticed that many dishes were made differently from the way they're made in Thailand, which is not surprising. But one thing did surprise me, and that is the Thai iced tea was also made differently. So today we are going to do a deep dive into the world of Thai iced tea. I'll show you how to make the real Thai iced tea as it's done in Thailand, and also the American style, which you might have had at your local restaurants. And I will even give you a hacked version if you can't find Thai tea leaves at all. Let's get started. First and most importantly, what is Thai tea? Well, Thai tea leaves can be bought in a bag like this at many Asian grocery stores, and it is made from black tea. This brand uses Assam tea, but it's generally going to be a black tea of some sort. And the secret to its orange color, are you ready? Food coloring. Specifically, yellow number 6. Ta-da! And the reason orange food coloring is added is because black tea has a naturally orange hue to it, right? But when we add milk and all the other stuff, that color becomes quite pale. So they add the color to keep the orange hue bright. But Thai tea also has a flavor to it that's different from a regular black tea, right? What is that? Well, the other secret to Thai tea is artificial vanilla flavoring. Also says right here on the bag. Now, in English, it'll say just artificial flavoring, but if you look in Thai, it does say here vanilla flavor. And it also says that it has sugar added, but that amount must be so tiny because freshly brewed, it is not sweet at all, and it registers 0 calories per serving. Some people think that we add like Thai spices or some esoteric Thai botanicals to get like the flavor of Thai tea, but no. Remember, this is not a gourmet drink. This is like the average tea for the average person. It's cheap and cheerful, but so tasty. Knowing what we know about Thai tea, does that mean that you can also make your own Thai tea without any special ingredients? Well, yes, and I'm going to show you just how to do that at the end. And by the way, Thai iced tea in Thai is called cha yen, which literally means cold tea. So in theory, it can refer to any kind of cold tea, but when Thai people say cha yen, we always mean the sweet orange milky drink that we all love. All right, let's get brewing, and I'm going to show you how to first make the Thai tea base, which you can then use to make any style of Thai tea. For the tea leaves, I'm using Cha Tra Mu, which is the classic brand in Thailand, but other brands I've used have been fine. A French press would be the easiest thing to use, but I'm going to show you what to do without one. Add 3/4 of a cup of Thai tea leaves and then pour in 4 cups of hot off the boil water. Stir and steep for 5 minutes. I know that looks like a lot of tea leaves, and you can put less if you prefer, but it needs to be too strong now because the ice and the milk is going to dilute it quite a bit. To strain, you can simply pour it through a fine mesh strainer, and much of the leaves will be sitting at the bottom, so don't stir it right before you pour. If you see too much tea dust for your liking, you can pour everything through a finer mesh or a paper coffee filter one more time. Then I'm going to add some white sugar, and my secret is just a little bit of salt to sharpen up that sweetness. And there is your Thai tea base. Now that you've got your Thai tea base, you can keep this in your fridge and pull it out whenever you're ready to serve. It'll last probably at least a couple of weeks in your fridge. Now, you can use it right away, but I recommend letting it cool down to room temperature first. Otherwise, it will dissolve your ice too much. Now let's talk about those Thai versus American style Thai iced tea. In Thailand, Thai iced tea is made using evaporated milk and sweetened condensed milk. And sweetened condensed milk is basically evaporated milk with sugar in it. Now, some places might also add non-dairy creamer, like the coffee mate powder, to add extra richness, but that stuff is not good for you, so I try to avoid it so as to not make this any worse for you than it already is. Now, on the other hand, the American style will use half and half. So half and half is a light version of cream that is about 12% fat in the US and 10% fat in Canada. This is not a product that exists in Thailand. So let's compare these two, right? So evaporated milk and condensed milk both are about 7.5% fat, so they are lower fat than half and half, but they are higher in protein. So the two of them are rich in different ways. So when you make the Thai tea, it's a slightly different result. And I'm going to do a side-by-side taste test later and see what I think, because I've never actually tasted them side by side before. All right, let's make them. First, the Thai version. So here's my Thai tea base, and I'm going to add my sweetened condensed milk. If your tea base is cold, it will help to microwave it a little bit to bring it to room temperature so that the condensed milk will dissolve more easily. Make sure you have a glass that is packed full of ice, because this will dissolve the ice to some degree, and pour it right over. Oh, so nostalgic. I see this and I'm like, oh, I'm in Thailand. And then the evaporated milk just gets drizzled on top. Now, a Thai street vendor trick is you get the can of evaporated milk and you punch holes using a can opener on two sides. One's an air vent and the other is what you use to pour. And I recommend about 2 to 3 tablespoons, but obviously, as with any drinks, you can adjust the creaminess and the sweetness to your taste. And that's it. That's a Thai-style iced tea. And look how beautifully it cascades. Yeah, I'm so excited. Okay, so there's a Thai one. Let's make the American one. For the American style, I'm going to add more sugar to my base because we're not adding any condensed milk, right? And give it a stir. We pour this right over the top of our ice, leaving a little bit of room. And then the half and half gets poured on top. By the way, some Thai restaurants in North America do make it Thai style, but this is the most common way that I have seen. But that is it. We've got 2 styles, Thai style versus American restaurant, Thai American restaurant style. Let's give it a taste and see which one I like better. But first, we sadly have to stir to mix everything together. I've already lost track of which is which is good, which is good. We want this to be blind tasted. Oh, I can just tell. This is definitely the Thai style, and I do prefer this one. The protein richness of the evaporated milk is obvious to me, and it's a flavor that I'm used to. They're both good, and I'm not saying that one is objectively better than another, but I'm saying that there is a difference, and you may prefer this one, you may prefer this one. It's worth trying both. Good thing about the Thai version is that both evaporated milk and condensed milk are much more shelf stable than half and half. Even after opening, it lasts longer than half and half. So it's something to think about. And that's exactly the reason why in Thailand we use these canned dairy products, because we don't drink dairy on a regular basis. And that's why we prefer the shelf stable one. So now that we went through all this, I have a secret to tell you. Thai iced tea is not my favorite Thai tea drink. There is another one that I think is better. It's called Cha Manao or Thai lime iced tea. You use the same Thai tea base, but you add a ton of lime juice in it. It's it's refreshing. It's refreshing. It's so good. I do have a recipe I will link to below. So what if you can't find Thai tea leaves? How can you still enjoy this drink? Well, lucky for you, I've got a hacked version that uses good old orange pekoe tea. We're going to brew this in a similar way as our Thai tea. So steep 3 tea bags in hot off the boil water for 5 minutes. Now 3 tea bags sounds like a lot for a glass of tea, but remember this is going to get diluted quite a bit. Remove the tea bags, and then I'm going to add some sugar, a pinch of salt, and artificial vanilla extract. None of that gourmet pure vanilla essence, please. If color is important to you, you can add some orange food coloring, and that's the tea base. Then stir in some condensed milk as per usual, and at this point, if you feel like it needs to be more orange, just add some more food coloring. Pour it over ice and then top it with your dairy of choice. And there is your hacked Thai iced tea. Now, is it exactly the same? No. Is it close enough? Yes, 100%. Like if you just handed this to me and say, here's your Thai tea, and didn't say anything, I would not be suspecting of it. If you taste it side by side, obviously there is a difference there, but you know what? I would be perfectly happy with the fake version of it. And finally, for all of you who are about to type in the comments right now, how do I make this dairy-free? I got you covered. I will include options for how to make a dairy-free version in my blog post. I'll link to that below. And that is it. The recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. A special thanks to all of our Patreon supporters who help support the show directly. If you want to know what that's all about and how to get direct access to me and watch the show ad-free, check out the link in the description below. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time. Sawadee ka.